Hello, Annie.
Oh, hi.
Look where you are.
Oh, new studio time, Gwen.
Up in Scotland in your new space.
Absolutely. And since it's a new moon, it seemed like the perfect place and the perfect opportunity to sit and do the card reading. So it's lovely to see you.
Lovely to see you, Annie. And when I was doing my new moon reading for Facebook,
Uh,
I just happened to put on Living the Dream. And I
yeah.
think you're sitting there, I can see by your face and your energy, you're living the dream. You can
Oh, yeah.
display your artwork, you can
Yeah.
display your craft work, and you
Mm.
can, and obviously, your new book will be coming out soon.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that'll be a fantastic space in Scotland
Yeah.
to show Scotland who Annie is.
Well, it's very exciting. I love Kukubri, as you know, and it has a beautiful energy vibe. It's a town full of artists and writers, and so
Yeah,
it's really exciting. I've got lots of events that are happening this year up here, not forgetting the
fantastic.
events that are happening down in West Yorkshire, but
Yeah,
to be in my new space just seems absolutely the bee's knees today.
2024, the year to be visible.
Absolutely. And we finally got on to get a new moon reading.
I know, it's really spooky, isn't it?
Let's hope there's nothing that gets in the way of it, because I think people want to know what's happening, don't they?
People keep asking me. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it's my turn to go first, I know,
It
with New
is.
Moon. And I've brought my Divine Feminine cards because the feminine energy, the creativity is just flowing at the moment.
It
Really
is.
inspirational. I mean, we couldn't have kicked off the year with better kind of creative, inspirational energy. And then the other one I wanted, I needed the Priestess of Light. I did wonder.
It's obviously something that's
It will
going
be
to come out of the
interesting to
cards.
see. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what comes out, because when I brought them, when I picked them up, I thought, I bet Gwen gets hers out. And I'm not at all surprised, because it's that wonderful connection into that divine feminine. But it's really interesting because in my light side broadcast on Facebook last week, I was talking about the idea we have of feminine is going through a massive revise and review. And what we're having to do is look at not just that soft, nurturing, gentle, or that highly emotional, hysterical that women and the feminine energy tends to be pegged in. We're actually having to look at and appreciate that strength, that power. As you know, I work with some of the what people call the destroyer goddesses, Kali and the Morrigan, alongside the compassion of Kuan Yin. But it's all part of this beautiful divine feminine flow. You know, women, feminine, it's about like giving life, creating, but it's also about endings.
Yeah.
And having flipped into the crone zone now, it's also that interesting exploration. So I do feel this year we're going to be really highlighting what does it mean to have that divine feminine energy. And it's just not about biology or gender or anything.
No.
It's about every single person has both. And
Yes.
we're having to learn the balance and to get into that central state where we can call on each kind of energy at will and use it to our best ability. So interesting, very
Yeah.
interesting. So I'm going to shuffle the cards. I think this is what, you know, I know we're in the new cycle of Divine Feminine. The 2012 was the first real big blast to shake us up. now we're starting to have to think about what does it mean? How do we redefine ourselves? And actually, I think there's an interesting thing for me. Maybe we have to start calling ourselves gender fluid. You know,
Well, a lot of the young crystals are already doing that.
yeah. We've moved on from non-binary into maybe the idea that we're gender fluid, that we can access, every single person can access those masculine and feminine attributes. And that means we've got to redefine what we mean by male and female and, you know, feminine and masculine. We've got to look at it all again and come to an understanding that we're a blend, a composite.
It's a feeling rather than a label.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. So let's see. I've shuffled on both. Let's see. 3 of them might need. Oh, all right. Okay, 3 there. We'll start with 3 and see what happens. Because as you know, the cards do their own thing. You oh, it's got you. Right, let's have a look. So, okay. So the first card out for this new moon is courage.
Absolutely.
Strength, fierceness, and also family. Here we have this beautiful lion, and we've got this beautiful priestess drawing down the strength, pulling in that fierceness. And I think this is exactly what I've just said. It's about finding that power to stand in your own ground, finding that power to identify yourself as who you feel you are. And that, if we do that, if we actually open up and acknowledge our authentic self, what we end up with is this beautiful set of abilities that are neither one thing or the other, that we can slide into and out of as we need. She's got a very, very, I don't know if you can see, a very, very thoughtful look on her face.
Determined as well.
Absolutely. And I feel like this new moon is really calling on us. You know, the other thing that strikes me is cats are always independent. And big cats, you know, they're just focused on what they need. And I think this is the issue of this new moon. Get into that zone where you think about, what do I need? Because that lion is just so soft-eyed.
Yes.
But can do what is necessary to look after the pride. And I think that's a real key part of this. So having the courage of your convictions, a bit like me becoming visible. I've got 3 big windows here. The world can see. And we've got the beautiful Pavati.
Oh, wow.
Oh, she's so, so gorgeous. And she's a reminder. There's all sparkle around her, and the clouds are opening behind her, you know, whatever is challenging us, just the sunshine's there, the light is there. And on the card, she's called the goddess of devotion. And there are some words, and I want to read them. I love these. I am a love that doesn't leave. When I commit to love, my soul evolves. And it takes a lot of courage to commit to love, especially love of self.
Yeah.
I think it's very easy to go, oh, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. But to turn it round and say, no, I love me.
Yeah.
It's really hard. We've got lots of stereotypical beliefs about that might mean selfishness and meanness and all the rest of it, and that we can't have as individuals if we aren't giving to everybody else. So the fact that she's coming out at this time and asking us to have the courage to love who we are, have the courage to go forward, knowing that the more you love yourself, the more you embrace yourself, the stronger you become, and the more fierce We don't have to go.
Selfness rather than
Yeah,
selfish.
yeah.
Selfness.
We
Yeah.
don't need to go around apologizing for ourselves. We need to go around saying, I'm here, world. And here we've got a lovely card.
Oh.
Power over difficulty.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, again, it's speaking to me. Here she is. She's got that big full moon behind her. So it's a
Yes.
reminder that whatever challenges come our way, we've got all that we need in order to make our place in the world. And it actually is, it does say reclaiming your power. So again, this next couple of weeks, it's about understanding whatever challenge is coming, it's coming to remind you to be powerful.
Yeah.
It's going to remind you to choose the path that loves you. Yeah. Don't settle for the path that disobliges you or puts you out. Get on the path that's all about growing that love for you. And I'm smiling because this is another lovely one. Here she is. Eniduana.
Oh, she's beautiful.
She's got a diadem on. She's got
Yeah.
this beautiful. It's interesting. If I put them side by side, they're both in their red. They're both in that sort of power red, that root chakra, because that's where our beliefs about ourselves sit, in that root chakra. And she is the high priestess. And what it says on her card is, I am one with my soul, and my soul is a legacy of love. So it's reminding us that we don't have to look outside for love. We can look inside, that the spirit within us has got this beautiful battery full of love waiting to flow to us. And all we have to do is access it. So when we get a challenge this year, and particularly in the next couple of weeks, we've got to remind ourselves, hey, there's no challenge we haven't tried before. We're eternal beings. We've got the wisdom and the answers within. Go and find it. And the diadem, what is interesting for me is the diadem is kind of on third eye, crown, and stellar gateway, where the past life information sits. So for us to remind ourselves that we're not in a situation we can't solve. We can always solve it because we've solved it all in the past anyway. So, so here's a bit of divine masculine.
Put it up a bit.
Oh, is that better?
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, a bit of divine masculine, just to remind us about balance. Yeah. Just to confirm this is the electric active power, and there's that wonderful pillar of light. You know, we have to create, that's the divine feminine, but we also have to follow it through into our actions in the material world. And it's not only that idea of having the inspiration, standing in our power, then we've got to act, and our divine masculine will come in to make it so. This is that whole question of balance, not knee-jerk reaction, but inspired action. Going with, right, I might be thinking it's this, but actually it's that. I'm laughing to myself inside because I thought I was going to have a yellow room, and now it's turning into a green room. I love yellow, but it's all twisted itself round and it's becoming a green room. And it's like, but that's the inspired action. Yeah, it will make the right vibration for the space. So don't forget your divine masculine. And laughing again, we've got Rita Acacia. Okay.
Wow.
There she is. Sort of going, come on, pull yourself together, because she is the patroness of impossible causes. So you might feel like you're challenged in the next couple of weeks. You might feel like,
yeah.
what's the universe throwing at me? And it might seem like things are impossible, but she is a reminder that it's never impossible. The words on this card are, I am miraculous. My prayers create powerful channels of possibility. So it's reminding us we are the creators of our own world. We are the creators of our own opportunities, not to get lost in resentment or bitterness or feeling like we can't, not to get stuck in that prison of our own thoughts, but to remind ourselves that we live in a very powerful universe which will deliver whatever we want. And if we keep thinking we want to be stuck, we'll be stuck. So for her, for Rita, nothing's impossible. Just ask. Just say, can you move this obstacle? Can you change this barrier? Can you do something? Yeah.
I think it's very interesting that she's come out in the new moon in Pisces, because
Yes.
again, that's all about over emotion at the moment.
Yes.
Not to be drawn by emotional things, and
yeah.
that's interesting.
And that thing is keep calm and carry on, really. That's what I get from her. Just keep plugging away at it, because the creativity is there, and eventually things will move. We might have to wait, you know, sometimes the miracles take a little bit longer. Because the first miracle is to sort ourselves out. I needed another card. I just felt, and I've got this wonderful card 44. And there she is. Harvest.
Yes.
Harvest. Gather your blessings.
Yeah.
So even if you're feeling like you're on pause, or that you haven't found a solution yet, there are other things to harvest. There are other things to be thankful for and grateful for, and to praise yourself for having brought into your world. So gather those. I can hear that song, Count Your Blessings One by One. That's what we have to do in this next couple of weeks. Whatever is coming at us that seems to be slowing us down, it's fine. Count your blessings. You will get to where you need to go.
Definitely.
Really lovely cards.
Very good cards, Annie. Very, very good.
Oh, we'll see what happens with you.
So yes, I am using the Priestess of Light, but I'm also using these cards for the very first time on here. I've used myself.
Oh, the Woodland Wardens. Oh, they're lovely cards, aren't they?
They are beautiful, because the artwork on them, they're by Jessica Rue, but the artwork on them is really beautiful.
Yeah.
So I just feel that energy between the priestess and the animals is so bound.
Yeah.
And I think these cards are going to okay. Oh. So it's the way it goes, isn't it? I think it's three. Oh, maybe I'm pulling another fourth card at some point.
A bit like me.
Yeah. Oh, wonderful. I just love the way the cards fall. Actually, it is 4 each. I'm just it is. Right, okay. But there's very similarity between them. Okay, so the first priestess we have, Sacred Purpose.
Oh, I love
mean,
that
look at her there. She is absolutely, and I feel she's putting her hand out as if to say, look, this is what we want to happen.
Yeah.
It's that holding out the hand. And it is all about, again, it says here about the eternal flame inside. The light inside you that's going to continually flow. So ancestral stuff's there because it's glowing then, and and it's remembering your ancestral legacy as well, and with purpose. She is, I feel, in a forest. She's out in the open. She's in nature.
Yeah.
And I think that might be the purpose. You know, just look at the world around us, not the trauma around us, but look at Mother Earth. Look at what we have, and let's do something with it. Along with that, as I'm saying, the Mother Earth card, we have a beautiful deer.
Oh,
I know.
oh.
And yeah, all the spots and everything. And with these cards, you get plant life with it, and it's with the oat.
Yeah.
So again, I always feel oats, they're good for healing. So I feel this is like a healing card, and with a purpose, it is maybe healing the past to move yourself forward with that warmth of, you know, I got porridge now. That warmth, that healing warmth around you. And of course, the deer. I mean, the antlers are there, but you know, again, feminine power in there.
Yeah.
I do feel that's the feminine strength of the deer. You know, she's there, and it's that healing that's coming out, and remembering to, you know, about healing self, but healing as well. You know, it is the time. New moon in Pisces, we get this goddess here.
Yeah.
Okay, and she is deep emotion. You know, she's holding on to her headdress, and I'm wondering whether she's thinking, I need to keep my power. I need to keep my headdress on.
Right.
I need to not doubt my power.
Yeah.
And she's there. These feelings of, I'm not sure. You know, what is this I'm feeling? It's something new. And again, remembering what in the past has influenced you to feel like this.
Yeah.
You know, and it's overcoming all that deep emotion of past trauma to bring yourself forward. And she doesn't look sad.
No.
She looks as if she's really thinking, you know, I need to keep my power. My only way forward. I will leave.
Yeah, I also sort of think there's an expression there of, don't you dare doubt me.
Exactly. I might have gone through all this, but I know what I can bring forward.
Yeah.
Ooh. And then we have the bee.
Oh, the bee. Oh,
And this is
beautiful.
the bee and the pomegranate.
Yeah.
And you know, the bee is to do with productivity, isn't it? You know, making sure you are making what you are passionate about. And I always feel like a pomegranate is a very complex fruit in that you can't eat it like this. You have to take bits out one at a time. Take it steady, eat it and enjoy it, because you know that fruit is so delicious. To eat it in its raw state, it takes time. And that's what you've got to do to get your product and your productivity flowing. It will take time. And you need to just move at the pace of the pinning the pomegranate. I love bees. I love bees. You know, they are so determined. They are so focused, and they are so structured in their productivity. And maybe that's what we need to be taking forward over the next 2 weeks. You know, getting that plan in place, getting that productivity flowing.
Bit of worker bee discipline. We're doing it for the good of the hive.
Exactly. Good. I like that, Annie. Yeah. And now we have a priestess. and she is feeling, I think she's feeling what the card is,
Mm.
this loss
Yeah.
and the feeling of lack.
Mm.
But at the end of the day, what we've lost in the past, we will gain in the future.
Mm.
Things aren't lost forever.
Mm.
You lose something, you always find it,
Yeah.
or you find a replacement for it.
Yes, absolutely.
So, and again, I think this is the emotional card, because it says fear and victimization. It's this past stuff that we need to get over and move forward with. And like you were saying, it's about loving self. Never mind needing to be loved by others, needing to be coerced by others, needing to fear others and becoming that victim. It's about self-love, and it's all about, I do feel, what's coming up in these cards for the new moon is that selfness.
Yeah.
It's about you. And what you've been carrying, what you need to take forward, and the emotions that go with it. So again, I think this is a good time to start a moment of contemplative, meditate, relax, take that stress off your shoulder. Yeah. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah.
And there you go. What will come with that is the beautiful wolf.
Oh, I love me wolf.
I know. And this is the wolf with rose hip. Okay. So again, a very good tonic.
Yeah.
And wolves are a lot, a lot of people feel wolves are their guides. So I do always see that wolf as a focus of guardianship.
Yeah.
Making sure when you are thinking of yourself, you have the protection and the guardianship of your guides around you to push you forward. And it's remembering that, because when you are feeling fear, victimization, lack and loss, you forget.
Yeah, definitely.
Call upon a higher power to help you move yourself forward. Okay. So, and then we have beautiful priestess here.
With the dolphin.
Dolphin.
Yeah.
So, and what an intelligent mammal a dolphin is.
Yeah.
And this is all about your sacred breath, because everything's coming from, and it's a very green card as well. I don't know if you can see it on here. It's a very green card.
Yeah.
Sacred breath coming from the heart, and obviously sound as well. So I think it's all about being heard.
Right.
Speaking to be heard.
Yeah. And of course, all the water representation is emotion, isn't it?
It is, and it's all around her. And there's no real background to this card. So I do believe she is in the emotional, but it is about communication, speaking truth. But this bit isn't just for yourself, it's for others to know.
Yeah.
Excuse me. So it is about, well, it's a bit like what we're saying, making yourself visible. It's not only with sight, but with communication as well, and making it pure, making it real, because that's your life force, isn't it?
Yes.
Making things real is your life force.
Yeah.
So, bringing that forward, and we now have the fox.
Oh yes.
They say that they're a cunning, sly animal, but I think that's the energy they need to give out.
Yeah.
So that appreciate who they are.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what we need to do. And it's with the ivy.
Yes.
So again, the ivy, the forever growing ivy. And when you look at the ogham and the ivy tree, it is all about, strength and life and tenacity and determination. And I think when you look at tenacity and determination, that's where you've got the power of the fox as well. So it is all about being adaptable. With your priestess with the courage, and it's about being adaptable. So again, I keep going over my shoulder, so you don't have to carry on doing what you've been doing, because that hasn't given you joy. It's about adapting and making sure that inner feeling comes out as joy as you communicate it to others. I think that's it. Lovely, lovely cards. And the priestess cards that came out for you, the yours flowed with the divine feminine and started with the strength. And I think the sacred purpose and the sacred breath is that what the feminine power needs to be bringing forward.
Definitely.
Rather than the deep emotion and the lack, which is the stereotypical feeling around feminine power.
Absolutely. We've got to swing it back the other way, haven't we?
We've got to rebalance it, definitely.
Fabulous. Those are really good cards. I've enjoyed those, Gwen. I've got a little dog who's suddenly popped up. He was busy. He's determined, because he's been in my recycled paper bag, pulling bits of paper out to chew on.
Productivity.
So I don't know how much of it he was taking on board, but he was certainly determined.
Oh, bless. Oh, bless him.
Oh, dear. So, thank you very much, Gwen. We'll be back to do the full moon in a couple of weeks' time. And hopefully whatever challenges us, we'll remind ourselves we've got the courage and the strength and the sacred purpose to go forward with. And
the other thing is, it's in Libra, so it's again the balancing.
Absolutely. Brilliant. See you soon, Gwen.
Bye.
Bye.